Hello there, and welcome back to another episode here of Triad All-Stars. I'm your host, Ryan Smith. My guest today is a UNC class of 2025 quarterback at East Forsyth. He is a junior going into his senior season, four-star recruit on Rivals. He is Bryce Baker, second time on the podcast. Bryce, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you inviting me.
It's good to have you back on. It's been a little bit. Let's get into it. How's life been since we've had you on last? What have you been doing? We'll get into the recruiting process. We'll get into kind of on the field, but just how are you off the field and how's life going?
It's going good. We started spring ball recently at my school. Actually about 3 weeks in now. I'm actually eighth practice going into ninth. So things are going good. Team's looking good. Leadership is the biggest piece that we need to improve on this year, and I feel like we're doing just that. The leadership has been great, and so we have high hopes for this year. Super excited. And as far as school, I'm in fourth quarter. I'm about to go into summer, and grades are looking good, and everything's going good.
Good. Let's talk about football. East Forsyth junior year. Obviously that was a little bit of go now with the fall, but going into your takeaways from your junior year, heading into your senior year, what did you learn from this past football season?
I'll start off with my weaknesses. I definitely feel like my accuracy could have been better and my pre-snap reads. Now, I had a really good season, but just that growth, I feel like those two aspects of my game will take my game to the next level. So I definitely had fun my junior year, but senior year should come with much more improvement as I'm working on those weaknesses now.
And what are some of those off-season goals for you specifically, individually, as you head into your senior year?
Yeah, so just development, trying to prepare myself as best I can for this upcoming season, and then prepare myself mentally for UNC as I plan to enroll early during December. So just mental and physical preparation, and then along with that, just continue to enjoy high school, enjoy my friendships now, and just really just live in the present moment and then just enjoy the opportunities that I'm blessed with now.
There is something to be said for enjoying high school, as you said, your friends, the people who've been there for you all your life. It's a time in your life you'll never get back. You'll see the same thing with college as well. Some such good people around you. You want to enjoy those friendships, and obviously the high school ones especially are gonna last you, for a long time, even past college and into your adulthood for sure. Going into your senior year specifically, do you have goals for yourself individually for the senior year? Obviously, the team won. Yeah, you want to win a state championship, obviously. But
100%.
individually, do you have some goals for yourself and other team goals as well?
So right now, I don't really have any statistic goals that I came up with so far, but I definitely say just as a football player, leadership, definitely continue to grow in that role of verbal leadership, which I feel like I have, but just take that next level in motivating others, not just being a rah-rah type guy that can get the team going in the moment as far as games, but also like with their schoolwork, staying after practice, motivating them to just work on their game, get better.
And do you feel like as a leader, you mentioned leadership being a key role to work on going into your senior year? Who has been on that team at East Forsyth, who has been some of the guys that you've kind of looked up to in the past, or people that who have you've helped alongside? Do you think your leadership has helped pull in the right direction?
Yeah, so honestly, I came in my junior season kind of right into it. I didn't really have anybody older than me at my position. The senior who graduated before me, he was really good. I say that's definitely just watching this film. That's how I kind of learned my reads and where to go with the ball and helping my decision making. But as far as leadership role, I definitely came right into it. So it's not really a specific person I was looking up to kind of model off of, but I definitely have a great supporting staff, and we have a leadership team within my team, and it's about 8 guys, all rising seniors, and we're just there to push the team, come up with new ideas to continue to motivate each other and just strive for the best, and just continue to produce the best results within the team.
Yeah. Let's get into college now. Looking ahead a little bit, if I may. You mentioned UNC, which I will go into now. Verbal commitment, class of 2025. We'll start basic. Why the Tar Heels first? What made you decide Carolina?
I'd say definitely the development aspect of UNC. I've been to a lot of different schools before I committed last June, I believe, and I just feel like UNC separation came from my visit when they had spring practice, and just seeing how they work. I say the efficiency, I say the camaraderie between the team, and I say definitely from a coaching staff aspect. I know that can be a in and outdoor, so it's not something to base your commitment off of. But just a coach staff to have there, I truly believe that they're one to stay, and I definitely feel like they can, like I said, develop me to make it to that next level, which is my goal. And then I definitely say what is continuing to grow my relationship with UNC. I went to during spring break. I went that whole week during my spring break, and just seeing the camaraderie between the team, what Coach Brown was telling me during my recruitment was all true. So it was definitely good to see that, and then definitely just sitting in all the quarterback meetings, watching practices. Coach Lindsey and his coaching style definitely just drew me to believe that he can really develop me.
And I'll get into, you say obviously you want to early enroll. We'll talk about that in a little bit. For those who may not be as familiar, I'll just kind of go through some of the places you did visit and some of the places that offered you. You got offers from a variety of ACC schools: Boston College, Duke, NC State, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, and then obviously Campbell, Louisville, Penn State, where a few others, App State as well. And then visit wise, you took visits to UNC, Campbell, Duke, NC State, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, Clemson, Coastal Carolina, ECU, and Tennessee. So, saying all of that, um, what is something that most people don't know about the recruiting process that would be an interesting fact that people would listeners would just be interested to know?
I definitely say that it's not something to take for granted. Just looking at the recruitment process, yes, it can be stressful, but just the ability to travel to different schools and experience different personalities, different coaches, different campuses is just something that my it's just really my advice to recruits and to parents to just really enjoy the visits. You can't I understand it could be stressful just always hearing what you want to hear at different colleges and not really knowing if it's true, but it's kind of people I say sometimes take it for granted almost that you're able to basically go to any college you want or travel to any college you want and hear what you want to hear. But um, yeah, I just say don't take it for granted and just really enjoy the process and not see it as something that you're ready to get over. But don't I say over enjoy it. As a lack for better words, because it's definitely something that could become a distraction if all you're doing it for is the official visits and the likes and the popularity and the clothing, all that. But I just say just really enjoy it.
It's funny. That's exactly the question I was going to ask you next. So I think you got some good intuition there as I continue on. What thoughts did the transfer portal in NIL play as a factor for you, or was that a factor? I know that's something that's been fairly new over the last, I'd say, 3 to 4 years of college football really getting amped up. So what role did the NIL play in your decision, or was that not a factor at all?
I say NIL wasn't really a factor. My mindset regarding NIL is like I'm definitely blessed to receive any NIL that may come my way once I get to college. But say my goal isn't really NIL; it's more NFL. So I'm kind of patient when it comes to that, and even when I get to that next level, I'm just playing the sport I love. Really, just trying to be the best at it. So not really chasing money right now, and it wasn't really it wasn't really a factor in committing to North Carolina.
I'll twist the question that you kind of already answered, but you mentioned already the advice for recruits coming up behind you. Do you feel take us behind the scenes, because obviously you're currently still in high school, you're a 4-star recruit. You're not some You're a highly recruited guy. You obviously now are at Carolina, is your commitment. Is there any pressure or an added weight being a highly recruited prospect? Does that do you feel that? Is that something you just is that not something you think about or don't feel, or is that is that a real thing?
It's definitely a real thing, but I'm blessed with the mindset to really just enjoy it. I don't really see it as pressure. I mean, I'm really just thankful for the popularity that I do have and for the eyes that are on me. But I'm just really enjoying what I do, and each opportunity that I get, I'm just looking at it as an opportunity to get better, 1% better at either accuracy or pre-snap reads or leadership or something, some aspect of my game. I'm just trying to improve, not really chasing all the glory from it, which helps not add the pressure on me.
Yeah. Um, I won't try to get you in trouble, so I'll make it an easy question for you. Other than UNC, because I know you're committed there, so you can't choose UNC. We all know that's your number one choice. But if you had to choose a other school, and I'm not going to say football related, this is what I'm going to say. From a just visiting the different schools, as you mentioned, going to see the campuses and the different things outside of football, specifically of the team. Was there a campus that you really enjoyed visiting, or a place that had really good food while you were there? A place that really stuck out to you from that perspective?
Um,
You can say no. You can say Carolina. That's totally fine. I'm just asking the question.
yeah, Carolina.
Okay. All right. That's okay. Well, and I'm sure with the places that I named earlier, there's obviously good food joints in any of those places that you go to.
100%.
They
Yeah.
all have their strengths and weaknesses for sure. Um, UNC, in case anyone's living under a rock, they have had some recent quarterbacks in the NFL. Mitch Trubisky played for the Bears, the Steelers, the Bills, a few teams. Sam Howell, recent draft pick by the Commanders, now with the Seattle Seahawks. And then Drake May, this past draft as of a few weeks ago, or last week, I should say, with the New England Patriots, now rookie year for him. First question, what can you take from each of those guys kind of following in their footsteps at Carolina? Did you watch their games? Have you had any contact with them? What are your thoughts on them?
Say from a contact perspective, I really only been in contact with Drake May, and I do have his number, so I'm able to really call or text him really when he's available. Of course, he's busy right now with all the in his transition into the NFL, but I definitely do have a great resource in Drake May. So and that came from the Peyton Manning camp. I was able to meet him. This was last summer, and just before I committed and talk over the realness of Carolina and what comes with it, and just away from the coaches, away from really anything that could alter his answer. So he was very truthful with me, and that really boosted my take on Carolina and take on Coach Lindsey, that he could really develop me. And like I said, get me to that next level. So as far as Sam Howell and Mitch Trubisky, I haven't really watched their games or been in contact with them, but just knowing that history just really prompts me to believe that UNC has a great opportunity to make it to that next level, to develop quarterbacks, to really reach my or get closer to my dreams. So
Yeah,
it's definitely thankful for that.
absolutely. Again, it's like you're reading from my script, but you're my questions here. Offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey, without getting into many schematical things, and obviously I know you're not actually there enrolled yet. Have you had any thoughts on kind of how he want to use you? Are you able to go a little bit more specifically in how you think they're going to use you when you get there?
Yeah, so definitely not. I feel like my style of play is dynamic. You can feel like I can extend the play when I need to. I can definitely throw the ball, stay in the pocket when I need to. But I feel like what separates me is my IQ and understanding of the game, understanding of the position. So that really blessed me with the opportunity to do what a quarterback's supposed to do. And I feel like stay within the pocket and just distribute the ball, make the right reads, play smart, control the game. But when need be, I definitely feel like I have the athletic ability to extend a play on the run, sprint pass, just utilize that athletic ability.
Let's get into you mentioned already the Manning Passing Academy camp, and I'll get into a few others here. You've had some opportunities to go through different camps around the country. Manning Passing Academy last summer, you've already referenced there, so I won't go over that more. Rivals camp, you were the MVP back in April. And then you've also been invited to the Elite 11 finals this summer in LA. And then also you had the next level quarterbacks in Myrtle Beach as well, just to name a few out there. Um, how was those experiences for you? We'll start there. And then what did you learn?
Definitely great experiences, great competition around me, which I love competing. So I really love that aspect of each of those camps. And I feel like my mindset going into those camps are just like I told you earlier, just to get 1% better. So I always enjoy competing at camps like that and competing with good talent around me because I really just feel like that raises the level of my play even more. Um, and from a competing aspect, I really just love it. So I just learned. I didn't really learn. I say anything about the quarterback position. It was more just competitive scenarios that I was in, but just the connections I was also able to build, meeting new guys and and meeting some of the top quarterbacks. So it was definitely really good camps.
Is there a quarterback that you met that you either think your game is pretty similar to a guy maybe to watch out for on the scene in your class as well, or was there a guy that you kind of been watching from afar?
Not really. I feel like each of us are different in our own way, which is super good to have like a diverse quarterback class, and hopefully you see that at the Elite 11. Some of the guys that I've been camping with should be there, and it should be really good competition. So, I definitely don't feel like any of our games are similar. We're kind of all different in our own ways, which is really good.
Quincy Avery, have you gotten to get up with him a little bit? He's a quarterback guru coach that is able to. He's worked with a lot of NFL quarterbacks. His name kind of speaks for itself. Have you been able to train with him a little bit? How's that been going?
Yeah, so definitely blessed to have that connection. I trained with him starting last summer, and every time I go to him, I definitely feel like my mechanics just take that next level of getting better each and every time. So I try to go to him as much as I can, really. So, like I said, super blessed to have that connection, and I definitely plan to go see him again.
Um, Obviously you have a goal of playing professionally in the NFL. Obviously, that's your long-term goal. Kind of from a broad perspective, and I know you're probably, as you said, get 1% better. But as you progress this year in your senior year, going into high school, or sorry, to college, and then eventually to your ultimate goal of playing in the NFL, what is the mindset that you have as you go into college? What is it gonna take to get that ultimate goal? Just describe kind of how your process and how you're thinking about that and that as you see the future, but not trying to focus too much on that goal, but at the same time getting making that meticulous plan to get there.
Definitely just stay purposeful in my approach to try to plan out and definitely be prepared for each opportunity that I'm going to be blessed with. Just like I said, prepare as much as I can and going into it with the mindset to compete, enjoy it, but definitely compete and just show what I've prepared for and prepared, show what I can do, basically. So I'm definitely big on preparation because I definitely feel like that is where my confidence comes from. And so, just as much as I can, just to continue to figure out the details of the opportunity that I'm going into, and just prepare my butt off, trying to just be prepared as possible.
Yeah. Let's shift back now to East Forsyth going into your senior year. As we said at the top, do you have a game that you've circled on the calendar this year as your senior year? What do you you're smiling there? What is the are there some games that you have circled or opportunity you're looking forward to one time, one final time in your senior year?
So definitely speaking into existence, state championship, December 16th. Hopefully it's at UNC, which would be phenomenal. Like I love that opportunity. So we're definitely working towards that as a team, and we all have that same mindset, which is like the number one piece, the building block, the foundation that you have to have on your way to making a state championship team. So definitely a state championship game, but I feel like every game is something that I'm looking I'm looking to seize every game is really circled for me because I feel like it's another opportunity to show what I've been working towards and show what I can do. I definitely feel like I can break a lot of the records this year and just have fun with it overall and lead my team to victory.
Um, when you're not on the field, what are some hobbies that you like to do for fun? Anything off the field that would describe you? What
Yeah,
are some?
so definitely still growing and getting better at my hobbies. But I love to golf. I've been golfing since middle school. I joined the golf team. I'm not on the golf team right now anymore, but that was kind of a middle school thing. But definitely love to do that as a hobby. I definitely feel like it's relaxing. Um, and then I love to take in photography. Love taking pictures, and definitely feel like that expresses my personality of creativity. And I definitely am a creative person and that I really love to take pictures. And then I say bike riding. Definitely feel like that's peaceful and just kind of gets your mind and just to enjoy outside, to enjoy nature at the same time. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm definitely a balanced person. That I kind of work on my hobbies regularly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not a golfer myself, but I do like to bike, so that's a good one.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
um, golf. Do you have a favorite course around here that you like to shoot at? What's your handicap? What do you normally shoot?
Definitely Winston Lake. Now, what I shoot, I haven't done it in a minute,
In a while.
honestly, a
Okay,
while. So, uh, yeah, I'm not gonna speak on that right now, but yeah.
that's okay. Um, where can, as we wind down here, where can folks connect with you if they want to stay connected? Where can they find you on social media and elsewhere?
So my Instagram is the Bryce Baker 2. And then my Twitter is Bryce Baker, all caps. Now the first R in Bryce is actually a two. And then other than that, yeah, I'm really on Instagram and Twitter.
And as we wind down, Bryce, is there anything that you want people to know about you as you head into your senior year, going into college next year? Anything you want to plug? What are you? Anything you're working on? Any places that you're going to go? You mentioned the Elite 11, obviously later this summer that people can maybe check you out. Anything you want to plug while we got you on the podcast?
Yeah, so definitely the Elite 11, like you said, is a great opportunity to watch me work, see what I can do, and I'm preparing for it every day. So it should be a great opportunity for me. And I mean, this season I go to East Forsyth High School, so it should have some games on TV. And like I said, December 16th, state championship at UNC.
Two more for you, and we'll let you go. The Elite 11, a little bit deeper. Just you just mentioned that. Talk to me about what are you expecting there from a just obviously it's a big scene. There's a lot of quarterbacks there. There's a lot of coaches there. There's a lot of eyeballs obviously on the event. Is there any specific goal that you're trying to meet while you're there? Is there something you're trying to take away from it specifically in your training and how you're preparing? Walk us through that a little bit.
Definitely just each and every day I'm there, get better mentally and physically. It'll definitely be a intense environment, definitely competitive environment. So just continue to and continue to get used to those situations now, so that in college and in the next level they become um, more easy to deal with. I say so. Just continue to get 1% better every day and make new connections while I'm there and MVP. I mean, that's definitely something that I definitely want to walk away with. But going into the, like I say, the best performance for me is when I go in with the mindset to seize each present opportunity, whether that's a conversation with the coach or whether that's a specific drill, working on a 10-yard out, trying to be as accurate as possible, put on the outside shoulder. So, not really going in, really trying to focus on MVP, 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 but more so the present moment, trying to get 1% better every day, every opportunity, every drill.
Last question for you. When about a year from now, you're going to be preparing. Obviously, well, actually, that's not true. You're enrolling early, I should say. So, less than a year from now, you're going to be off to Carolina, enrolling early. Um, what do you want your legacy to be at East Forsyth when it's all kind of said and done? You look back on your time, not just there as a football player, but as a student and just being a representative of East Forsyth.
I say a great person, someone that's not all football, but someone that you can relate to, and someone that's I definitely say a great leader. Someone that was able to motivate their teammates while at the same time being this balanced person. Someone who's super competitive. That when it's time to turn it on, I can turn it on and go lead my team to wins and just be different. I feel like I'm a person that's okay with being different. So if I'm labeled as someone who was different, someone who was focused, someone who was and just really trying to do all they can and be great. I'm cool with that. So definitely say someone that can be related to, but at the same time, just someone who is locked in, trying to win every opportunity.
Well, that's a good place to end it. As I said at the top, my guest today has been Bryce Baker, rising senior quarterback at East Forsyth. Verbal commitment for UNC, four-star recruit. Bryce, all the best to you as you go into your senior year and go for that state championship to close out your high school career. We'll be watching, and best of luck at Carolina. We'll talk to you down the road.
Perfect. Appreciate you.
And that'll wrap up this episode of Triad All Stars. Rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. You can also go to the Tobacco Road Sports Radio YouTube channel at youtube.com/Tobacco Radio. We'll see you next time.